corporate investment banker and a securitization business leader. I have been in the banking space for most of my adult life. At the age of 6, I inquired to my mom, what happens to the money? In essence, I was memorizing the US dollar bills, all the serial numbers on it. And when we would pay for stuff, I wanted to know why I wasn't getting the same bill back. So my mom took me to the Federal Reserve. I did the tour. I got mesmerized with the process. And next thing I knew, graduated high school, got a job at a bank the next day, worked my way up from being a teller to customer service rep, into asset-backed lending, commercial paper trading, and then most recently off-balance sheet financing. Most recently, I spent 25 years of my career at MUFG, where I managed their conduit administration, had some compliance, regulatory reporting, tax, accounting, operations, and audit-related aspects of the Securitized products business. I also dubbed as President-elect and Leadership Council Chair for the Financial Women's Association, and my term of presidency will start on July 1st of 2021. I think the travel industry is going to come back because of the vaccine that's rolling out right now. CDC and otherwise is saying that people can start, once they're vaccinated, waited for a short period of time, they can actually start traveling again. Now, do we want to? Some can't wait to get out the door. Others, like myself, not ready just yet, and probably comfort zone-wise, probably won't be ready until 2022, if not 2023, because we know that we will need to probably get vaccinated annually until at least 2024. So instead of the flu shot, we'll be getting COVID vaccinations, right? Inoculation 102 and more. When it comes to looking at the financial services industry, I think we were one of the hardest hit besides retail during the pandemic. For example, it's very difficult for some of us that are senior in the space to land jobs in 2020. The market is starting to open up right now. I'm optimistic that it will open up and be thriving again, and everybody will land. It's not a matter, as one of my coaches says, it's not a matter of when, it's a matter of your perseverance and your resilience to get there. FinTech, fantastic opportunity, as well as any other type of a tech or IT initiative that are there. Risk is probably also something that's being looked at a lot by a lot of companies. But we took the time at the Financial Women's Association, for example, to put on a FinTech 101 event earlier in the year. And then we have been doing other types of FinTech initiatives as well. People are learning coding, regardless of your age, just to stay abreast. And as we know, technology is changing ever so quickly. For people that thought that they would never do things, the minute the world shut down in March of last year, we all became tech gurus, right? Everybody started learning and figuring out how to navigate that new world that we were in at that point in time. And as we enter what I call New World 2.0, it's going to be even more important that we stay abreast of technology. Artificial intelligence, robotics, things of that nature are moving a lot quicker because humans couldn't be out in public. So we now have to work together and consider the robot, if you will, or the bot our friend. And then if you look at it also for a bartering system, you have blockchain, Bitcoin, right? Cryptocurrency, all these other initiatives that are thriving right now, as you can see in the markets. And at some point in time, we're all going to be eventually trading using these options, if we like it or not. First and foremost, you got to be a life learner, right? There's I call it a little nugget, preferably a golden one, that you get out of every single last experience that you have. It should be that moment that you can actually reflect on so that you don't feel that your time is wasted. And sometimes you may feel that there's nothing there, but I guarantee you there's something that you can take away from every experience and build on that. So you're doing knowledge building and you're doing life skills type experiences as well. Morphing the two together as we were talking about a little earlier, helps you figure out what you want to do when you grow up, whenever that is. There's no age on that, right? There's constant new chapters of your life that you enter into, and you hit the reset button. Some more than others, sooner than later. Some people like constant change. The point is to always be growing. Ohio, only handle it once. Slow down. No means not now. I am enough. As I mentioned before, what I learned today is making me a stronger person, ready for tomorrow, which I look forward to every day. I can't wait to see what's next because it can only be better than yesterday. And then just constantly trying to practice stretching myself and getting out of my comfort zone. I personally am one that has a tendency that if it's not broke, don't fix it, so to speak. But I will say that you do occasionally love a challenge. It brings out your creativity side. And not only does it bring out your creative side, but it allows you again with that stretch to learn something new. Okay. So those are just a few of the ones that I think. I will also say, for example, coming out of my comfort zone, I'm not a fan of video. I'm not a fan of this at all. But when we got thrown into it, right, I have to start practicing getting out of that robotic mentality that I think a lot of us fall into, and then just treat it like a conversation at all times, regardless of when you're online. And eventually you get into it and then, okay, why was I not doing this before? Being a people person, I miss the in-person contact that we used to have. So you have to find a way for whatever we have gone through, what we will be going through over the next year or so. And even when we get back to being in person, we will still have this hybrid life mentality. Some people really enjoy working from home. Bringing that personal side of you, that personal touch to every experience, no matter if it's virtual or in person, is something that I think is key. Engaging and connecting with people is mandatory for survival. You can be an introvert, but learn to be an extrovert, if you will, from when you're in these types of settings, and then know that when you have to retrospectively regroup and be your introvert self, it's okay. I would also say that it's important that we look at the diversity, equity, inclusion, and aspect. We have been in unprecedented times. Everybody is aware of that. Everybody is aware, regardless of who you are, they have been touched by many different things that have happened to us, most recently, more so than over the lives of many, many, many people. We came together for a little bit. We lost that. We're losing it even more as we get ready to come back outside. And if people can just remember what it felt like when we were all on the same page and try to live that life by bringing about inclusion, brings about diversity. By bringing about that diversity, thought specifically, as well as people, then we get, if you will, equity. And it's important that no matter who we are, that we allow and support so that we bring about access. So those are just a few of the things that I would say that I've learned at a very young age.